He listened to a message from his future self, but what came after was a voice that should not exist, calling him closer. He received a voice message from his future self. The room was silent. Only the faint hum of the ceiling fan moved the air. Armin sat on the edge of his bed. His phone vibrated in his hand. A new notification flashed on the screen. A voice message. No name saved. Just a number he had never seen before. He felt a strange tension in his chest. A heaviness he could not explain. The kind of feeling that warns you before your mind understands anything. He tapped the screen. The message began to play. A distorted breath echoed first. Slow. Uneven. As if the speaker was struggling to stay calm. Then a voice followed. A voice that sounded exactly like his own. Older. Rougher. Filled with urgency. Armin. The voice whispered. The sound crawled into the room like cold fog. Armin froze. His fingers tightened around the phone. A chill spread across his spine. The voice continued. You must listen to me carefully. I do not have much time. Armin's heartbeat thudded in his ears. The walls of the room felt closer, as if the space itself was shrinking around him. He leaned forward, his breath shallow, his palms damp with sweat. I am you. Not today's you. I am the one who survived what is coming. Armin's stomach twisted. His throat felt dry. The air around him shifted, heavier, thicker, almost electric. A sudden flicker sparked across the bulb above him. The light dimmed, then steadied. But nothing felt normal anymore. The voice in the message lowered. More tense, more strained. You will hear a sound tonight. Do not look toward it, no matter how strong the urge becomes. Armin swallowed hard. His skin prickled. He felt the temperature in the room drop, as if an invisible presence had just stepped inside. The message crackled again. Then the older version of his voice whispered something softer, barely audible. It already knows you heard this. Armin's breath stopped for a moment. His eyes darted toward the dark corridor outside his room. A faint noise echoed from the hallway. Soft, slow, approaching. And before he could move, the message continued playing on its own. The message continued playing on its own. The screen brightness dimmed without warning. Armin felt the phone vibrating gently, as if something inside it was trying to pull itself free. The older voice returned. This time it sounded rushed, desperate, almost trembling. Armin, listen. You must stay exactly where you are. You must not stand up. Armin's heartbeat throbbed inside his skull. He felt every pulse behind his eyes. He tried to speak, but his voice refused to come out. His throat felt locked, like invisible fingers pressed against it. His gaze shifted nervously toward the doorway. The faint sound from the corridor continued. A soft dragging. Light. Barely touching the floor. The sound grew clearer, like something was gliding slowly over the tiles. Not walking. Not stepping. Just sliding. The air in the room became painfully still. Not a single movement. Not even from the ceiling fan, which had now stopped completely even though the switch was still on. Armin clutched his phone tighter. His fingertips tingled, as if tiny sparks were running through them. His chest felt heavy. His breath shallow and uneven. The voice from the message continued. Do not call out. Do not ask who is there. It is not someone who will answer. Armin's eyes widened. His jaw trembled. A cold wave crawled from his neck down to his ankles. He tried to convince himself that the sound was nothing. A rat. A loose plastic bag. A trick of his frightened imagination. But his mind refused to believe it. Every instinct inside him screamed that something unnatural was approaching. The dragging sound stopped. Silence swallowed the house. A deep, unnerving silence that made his ears ring, as if the world itself was holding its breath. Then a new sound appeared. A very soft tap on the wooden doorframe. One single tap. Sharp. Precise. Almost polite. Armin's entire body stiffened. His muscles locked. His breath caught. The phone pressed against his palm vibrated again. The older voice whispered, barely above a breath. It is standing outside your room right now. Armin's eyes shot toward the doorway. His mind refused to process the words, but his body understood the danger. Every nerve inside him burned. His vision sharpened. His hearing heightened. The voice continued. It cannot enter unless you respond. It waits for reaction. It feeds on your attention. Armin swallowed, his throat painfully tight.